Welcome to the dark psychology world. Chapter 1.
At some point in our lives, every single one of us asks these huge questions, right? Who am I? What's my purpose? And for centuries, these were questions for philosophers, debated deep into the night over a glass of wine. But then, something shifted. A totally new way of looking for answers started to take shape. Yeah, in the back half of the 19th century, this new field kind of broke away from its parents, philosophy and physiology, and it decided it was going to tackle these massive questions about our inner worlds, but with the tools of science.
And they gave it a name, psychology, the science of the soul. Its whole goal? To figure out that incredibly complex, fascinating, and sometimes messy thing that makes you, well, you.
The name itself is actually a huge clue. It comes from two Greek words, psyche, which means soul or mind, and logos, which means knowledge. So psychology literally means the knowledge of the soul. It's the science that's not just interested in what we do, but the much bigger question of why we do it. And the scope here, it is enormous. Psychology digs into pretty much everything that makes us human. From the nuts and bolts of how you remember where you left your keys, all the way to the fiery, chaotic world of your emotions. It looks at how your senses literally build your reality and what kind of basic temperament you were born with. It's like a complete map of our entire inner landscape. So, when we use this term normal psychology, we're not making any kind of judgment call on what's right or wrong or weird, not at all. We're talking about the foundations, the basic operating manual for the human mind. And their ultimate goal is to figure out what really makes us tick. It tries to uncover not just the thoughts we're aware of, but all those hidden, unconscious gears turning in the background that shape our behavior every single day. Psychology is the science of mapping that entire inner world, the seen and the unseen. And psychology isn't just one big thing. It's this massive tree with dozens and dozens of branches. You've got social psychology, which looks at how we act in groups. Family psychology, which focuses on our closest relationships. There's even sports psychology, dedicated to helping athletes get over mental hurdles. It connects to genetics, to law, to anthropology. It touches basically every single part of human life. Okay, so that is a lot to study, which raises a pretty big question. How do scientists actually go about exploring something as slippery and complex as the human mind? Well, turns out they have a pretty specific set of tools for the job. They really rely on 4 core methods to piece together a picture of the mind. First up is introspection. That's basically just looking inward at your own thoughts, like when you try to figure out why you're suddenly in a terrible mood. Then there's observation, which is just watching how other people behave from a distance. For more control, they use experiments to test a very specific idea. And to see how we change over a whole lifetime, they do these incredible development studies where they track the same group of people for decades. All right, so we've covered the what and the how, but that leaves us with the most important question of all, right? Why should any of this actually matter to you and your everyday life? Because when it comes down to it, psychology is the #1 tool we have for genuine self-knowledge. It's what helps us peel back the layers and understand the real reasons we think and act the way we do. And that understanding, it doesn't just stop with you. It radiates outward. It gives you this incredible insight to better understand the people you care about the most. Your family, your friends, your partner. The real-world applications are they're everywhere. Think of it like a set of life skills. It helps you build way stronger relationships, figure out conflicts, and just say what you actually mean more effectively. Sure, it can be a powerful tool in business, but maybe most importantly, it gives you the power to manage your own emotional world. And on an even deeper level, this kind of knowledge builds resilience. Look, life is going to knock you down. That's a given. Understanding the patterns of your own mind is what helps you find the strength to get back up, learn something from it, and keep moving forward. When you boil it all down, it really comes to this simple but incredibly powerful idea. Psychology is the ability to live. It's not some dusty academic subject. It's a fundamental skill for living a more conscious, more connected, and just a better life. So if this is the baseline, the science of understanding ourselves and others to build a better life, that leaves us with a really fascinating and kind of chilling question. What happens when these exact same principles are twisted? What makes this powerful science go dark?